If there is a theme that I have found repeatedly, it's a feeling of difference that young men and women describe. And in the I Do Exist video, we talk about that a good bit, that all of the people involved felt just different in some way or another from their same-sex peers, to the point where those same-sex peers looked other to them. They seemed almost distinct to them, and they almost looked like the opposite sex. And so for them, their curiosity, their, in a sense, longing to have the qualities of the opposite or the same-sex peer that they idolized, that became to them, at some point, it crossed over from curiosity to attraction, to a curiosity not about their strengths or their characteristics, but a curiosity about even their bodies. And then that focus then turned into sexual attraction. This sense of difference that comes along at puberty is accentuated by the fact that in our schools there are groups that form, and often around sports, or, if you will, masculine activities, and men or feminine activities, and men and women who, young boys and girls who feel different, even if they aren't, but they feel removed from that world, often wonder if the reason they feel that way is because of these longings to be like that, which turn into sexual feelings. That's really confusing then for many young men and women, because they wonder, well, if I have these feelings, maybe I'm gay or lesbian. I had one young man I was working with who was an athlete. He was, in fact, pretty accomplished, a football player. And yet he went to a school where most of the kids were well-dressed. They a lot of emphasis among the boys, among having very stylish, expensive clothes that his family couldn't afford. He felt different and ostracized, in a sense, from that vision of masculinity in his school. His was not the typical school. You know, in many schools, the sports players are the ones that have the social value, in a sense. They're the ones that are looked up to, but not in this school. And he felt very different from that. And he began to, in a sense, desire strongly to be like those other guys, to have a slimmer figure, to have those kind of physical characteristics. And for him, that intense focus became associated with sexual drive. That's exactly what often the gay apologist will do, is will say, because you have these feelings or these memories, that means your orientation is basically still the same. And maybe you've added, you know, something to become bisexual, but that your basic orientation has not changed. And I think that really misunderstands the impact and the role of memory in the lives of people. I think many people who are ex-gay are way too critical of themselves because they have memories of past sexual experiences with men. I don't know why they wouldn't have those experiences. There's so many triggers in life and in the world that can trigger off those kinds of memories that I'm not sure why they wouldn't have them. No one is saying that change means your frontal lobe is erased. No one is saying that your memory is erased. What we are saying, though, is that you, in a sense, identify and orient yourself to a different way. You organize your life around your beliefs about what you believe to be right, about what you believe to be ultimate in the world. And that's what a change of orientation is, in my mind, is that you basically say, I'm going to orient myself and my identity and my life around what I believe to be true about the world and myself and others, and not around my feelings that I don't approve of.
Do you believe a homosexual can change? When you consider that a rather high percentage of people struggle with partial confusion in their sexual identity, you've undoubtedly met dozens who have found enough healing to fully function as heterosexuals. Even when it comes to that small percentage of 2 to 3% of the population who identify themselves as gay, there are still probably tens of thousands and perhaps even millions of them who have changed. When the famed Masters and Johnson clinics claim a higher success rate in gay reparative therapy than they do for alcoholics, you know it must be possible, especially for the person who seeks the power of God to heal them and set them free. I, for one, have been freed from that lifestyle for over 27 years. Many of my ex-gay friends have been married for decades with children of their own. So the real question should be, are there any who can't be set free? The answer lies, of course, in people's free will choices and which God they turn to for help. Only through Jesus Christ, the Creator and Redeemer of mankind, can permanent transformation occur. For more resources on this subject and Dr. Throckmorton's DVD, I Do Exist, visit us at purepassion.us. Until next week, I'm David Kyle Foster for all of us here at Pure Passion, wishing you the wisdom and discernment that recognizes truth.